and then we got Van right here. His wife was going through very, very serious medical issues early on in their relationship, right? And medical bills were stacking up, right? So he didn't know what to do. Fiscally, he was underwater, and he didn't know what to do. So his friend recommended that he sells drugs, and he was caught, right? So guilty, they gave him an option, 50 years, or you give us some information, and we narrow it down to 13. So he goes to prison for 13 years, right? 13 years, no society, no technology, basically. So he gets out, not used to society. No one can trust him, and it's not in their best interest to trust him because he's been to prison.
Today we're actually having our student presentations for our semester-long service learning project on homelessness. It's a project that Danielle Tartarzan and Lisa Darling and I have been working on all semester. So their English classes and my government classes have been going to the same events and learning about homelessness. We have some shared curriculum, some shared articles, but then we've each been approaching the issue of homelessness from kind of a different perspective. So my students have been looking at what are the governmental policies related to homelessness, what is our government doing to combat the issue, or in the case of Texas, not doing. And so our students today are just sharing kind of their work that they've done over the course of the whole semester. My students are sharing their experiences from going to some of those other events, and then also sharing information about the policies about homelessness.
So ours was we just did homelessness in Houston. We kind of narrowed it down a little bit because Houston is such a vast area. But what we did was, we have our statistics over here, and we put in what Mayor Anise Parker did to help end or try to end veteran homelessness here in the area. Her and 160 other volunteers had a program where they scoped the streets of Houston and asked questions and surveyed why they were homeless, where they're staying, for the night and things like
Their
that.
institutional history, and things like if they've been hospitalized, if they've been to prisons, jails, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so that lasted about 3 days.
Yeah.
And then for the whole project that they did, it lasted about 2 years. And of course, there is still, sadly, veteran homelessness here in the area, but it has been reduced significantly, about 50% since that project happened. Yeah.
And this is actually a picture of the officer, and basically what they're doing in downtown area is they're trying to get more and more homeless people out of, the streets, and they're basically doing surveys to help them get off the streets. And they've actually gotten 668 homeless in downtown areas, and at first it was 1,060 homeless people in downtown areas. So the numbers are going down drastically. Sometimes homeless people only want just someone generally to talk to, because they're just always lonely and nobody's talking to them. So they basically just need a friend or a listening ear to just hear them out and see that they need help.
What I love about working at a community college is that we have such diverse experiences among our students. But I was having this conversation with one of my students yesterday where at the beginning of the semester, she really held this idea that people are homeless because they're addicted to drugs or alcohol. And she had a very, I don't want to say that she had a lack of empathy, but just kind of a lack of an awareness of what was actually causing the issue, which was leading her to, just really think well, why don't you just, fix the problem, just quit taking drugs, get a job. So very focused on what the individual wasn't doing about their situation. And she said that over the course of the semester, by going to the expert panels, by doing the research for this project, by some of the other things that we've done, she's really developed a more realistic view of the causes of homelessness, the root causes of chronic homelessness, and what we as private citizens, but then also as a society can do to help those people. Even unprompted, my students are starting to connect, these are issues, but they have power to do something about it for themselves, but they can also encourage other people to help out.